everyone. I was enjoying a nice sunny day when I suddenly get the urge to go for a walk. But not any walk. A Pokemon walk!
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
So, as everybody knows, Pokemon Go is the thing. And, as I should be, I am mighty annoyed at a few things. First of all, the spelling of Pokèmon made me hit one extra key for every time I had to write Pokèmon, because that shitty little dot. More problematic is that even though it's a surprisingly fun game for what it has to offer, it's not very nice to us rural farmer people. If I were to draw a circle around my house with a radius of 3 kilometers, I only have 2 Pokestops and... yeah, that's it. 2 Pokestops. Niantic, who makes the Pokèmon GO, has made it impossible for us rural players to ever compete with the people who lives in the cities, where Pokemon stops can be so close to each other that they literally overlap one another. Now, you might think, oh well, so what if there's few Pokestops? It's just realistic. And I agree, we didn't exactly see Ash, Misty and Barrock stumble upon random Poke hospitals, Poke treatment plants, Poke rehab? Poke centers, that's it. But if Niantic went for the realistic feel, then shouldn't the rural areas be where you go to catch Pokemon? Now, I haven't played many other Pokemon games, or watched the series, but I'm pretty sure that you did not catch any Pokemon in the towns. You caught them between the towns, in the tundra, forest, ocean, or any other oddly placed ecosystems that the Pokemon world consists of. But where are the Pokemon in Go then? Same as where you find the stops. In the towns! The forests around me are completely barren of any artificial Poke life, but the local supermart is sure as hell booming with them. I don't even live that rurally. I have about 2 kilometers to the closest bus stop and major road, but this is still a problem for me if I want to play Pokemon Go. And no, I'm not actually a farmer. I know. But it's okay. My dreams of catching them all might be dead, but becoming the strongest trainer accompanied by my trusty letter starter is still a possibility. I mean, look at how Pikachu followed Ash the entire series, and I fondly remember my Rosalina that I had for the majority of my Pokeventure. Remember my Rosalina. Except for the fact that Pokemon in Go doesn't level up or become stronger with time or training. The only way to get a strong Pokemon is by catching others of the same kind, or just finding a stronger one than the ones you already have, which is very likely, so naming and forming bonds with Pokemon isn't really worth it. Sure, these things aren't your beloved pets, otherwise you wouldn't make them fight for money, but forming bonds to a character in a game is something that people always been doing, some a little more than others. Well, nothing of that matters since there aren't any Pokemon close anyways! But hey, there's one right there! Quickly, get it! Oh wait, I'm out of Pokeballs. Well, let's just go fill up at the Pokestop! You know what? If Niantic sees this somehow, then a good fix would be that the further from other Pokestops a stop is, they should yield more items. Or just add more bloody stops for the rural areas. Oh well, I might be missing out on this phenomena. But it's not like I'm the only one missing out. Or maybe I am? This game became so big in record time that people who normally would avoid streaming movies suddenly become super hackers that know everything about sideloading and tricking your phone into thinking that you live in Australia. Now, both of these are actually pretty easy. I'm not that much of a rural boy, but the sheer amount of people who did it was so great that you ran into others who had done the same thing everywhere. And not enough that this game turned millions of people into breaking the terms and conditions for Pokemon Go, it made people who never met each other before start talking and having a good time. My theory to why this happened is because now everybody saw that they had a common interest in a way we couldn't before. Or, well, yeah. Well, you people can continue to make friends and claim gyms, it won't affect me anyways. Not until I get stopped on the street and asked what team I belong to at knife point, And, well, when the Pokewars start I might have to pick a side. Or all of this is just going to die out soon enough.